Well, good morning, everyone. This is Kerrie from Conversations at Kerrie's Korner, and this is podcast number 2 for the week. We are headed into Memorial Day weekend, so I wanted to get this second podcast done today, Thursday, May the 22nd. Summer's around the corner, everybody, right? Busy time of year. Family's gone holiday. It's just a busy time of year. And one of the things that Conversations at Kerrie's Korner does, or we hope to do, is to bring topics to the forefront. So if you see this video, you can share it with somebody who's maybe experiencing some issues, or for you to take this and develop a conversation with somebody else. That's the whole purpose of Conversations at Kerrie's Korner, is communication for you and others and us and our society to start talking to each other again, dealing with our issues. Because when we can come together and talk about things, that's when we can really change the problems that we are dealing with in our society across the board. The more we work together, the more we listen to each other, the more we talk to each other, the quicker we're going to be able to come to the resolution on things or develop new things, figure out how to eliminate this terrible divide in our country. We got to start getting back to the table to talk to each other. So what I want to talk to you today about at Conversations at Kerrie's Korner, I recently, in the last 5 months, have gone through a physiological crisis. I've had 2 major traumatic shoulder surgeries, replacements. My first replacement failed. 6 weeks into it, I had to have it completely redone. So I have been recovering from shoulder surgery since the first week in December, 5 months. And I still have another 5 to 6 months of recovery to go. So basically, I'm going to be dealing with shoulder surgery recovery for a year. And it's actually longer than that. It's actually 2 full years. My first 2 surgeries before my replacement, the first one was in January of 24, then May of 24, then December of 24, and then March of 25. I've been doing this way too long. And what I noticed in my recovery is how my emotional health, my stress levels, were affecting my recovery. So I started to do some research, and what I found blew me away. And we don't talk about this. We don't talk about this generally in a recovery environment. When you're with your surgeon and you're talking about physical therapy and you're investigating, the actual surgery, recovery, and the wound, and, all of these things. And it really blew me away what I found out and what is affected by your emotional well-being, how it affects your physical well-being. I've always known the 2 of them are connected, and you have to have a very good balance in order to feel really good. The 2 have to be working together, or if they're not and they start to fall apart, then one or the other or both is going to show signs of stress. So I came across something on the internet, and I want to share it with you. It is from the Human Project Foundation. This was in January of this year, and it is how emotions shape our physical well-being. And basically what it is saying that our emotions affect our organs, and they affect our body functions and our systems, our emotions. We carry the most powerful computer on earth, our brain. Our brain has the power to do unbelievable things they don't even understand, things they haven't even begin to formulate and develop tools from. It is the most powerful mechanism on the planet, the human brain. And it has the ability to do staggering things. So basically it just says that there is an intricate relationship between your emotions and your physiological well-being, and it's a fascinating area of study that we are just starting to understand. And here are just some of the systems that can be negatively affected, which can stop your physiological recovery. Okay, your cardiovascular system can be directly affected by anger, anxiety, and fear because it releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And it can also constrict blood vessels. It can cause you to have higher blood pressure, increase the risk of your cardiovascular system. Prolonged emotional stress can contribute to hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. Now just think about how those systems are under stress when you've had shoulder replacement surgery, or you've broken your hips, or you have a broken foot, or whatever the injury is. Just imagine the stress that the system is going to feel because of how your emotional well-being is affected by a trauma or an injury. Your digestive system also is significantly affected. Stress can lead to decreased blood flow. It can affect your digestive organs, resulting in the absorption or non-absorption of enzymes, minerals. It can affect the gastrointestinal stomach lining. You can get acid reflux and irritable bowel from the emotional stress that your body puts on your physical organs in the process of a trauma and the recovery of that trauma. Your emotions are a powerful, powerful tool, as we are finding out, that can affect everything in your body. Your respiratory system, emotions can influence your breathing patterns. Anxiety can cause shallow, rapid breathing, while relaxation and calmness can induce slower, deeper breaths. Altered breathing patterns can affect your oxygen levels, which can have a direct implication on your respiratory health. Asthma, the inability to breathe. Your muscular skeletal systems, strong emotions can lead to muscle tension, particularly in the areas like your neck, your shoulders, your jaw. Chronic muscle tension resulting from emotional stress can contribute to conditions like headache, backache, joint disorders like TMJ, which you get in your jaw here. All of that can come from the emotional stress you feel because you don't feel well or because you're in pain. When you're in pain, depending on who you are, we all react differently to pain. I can tell you how I react with pain. I shut down. I absolutely shut down. I hurt. I don't want to do anything. I want to go lay down. I want to close the blinds. I want to turn the fan on, and I just want quiet. I want to escape to a quiet den where nobody can bother me, nobody can stimulate me. I just need my body to just start to decompress. It's the only way I really know how I can control my pain with my emotions, and that's to basically check out. I need the time to start one gear at a time to disengage and to take the levels of stress from my pain and my emotions down. When I do that, my body relaxes, my pain subsides, my emotional well-being calms, my breathing calms. It is astounding when you really stop and think about how your emotions affect so much of your body functions. It's scary. I mean, it's really scary. I suffer from RSD in my legs, which is reflex sympathetic dystrophy. And I can tell you, this disease has one of the highest emotional distress rates, as well as, unfortunately, one of the highest suicide rates. Because people with chronic pain, they give up. They can't get away from it. It becomes all-consuming. And as that starts to happen, one system after another starts to slow down. Their respiratory system, their cardiovascular system, their digestive system, their sleeping patterns, their eating patterns, their waste patterns, the ability to eliminate waste. It all starts to shut down when you emotionally check out, and you can't cope anymore. This is why you see people, and I've seen this myself with my beautiful mother. She had a massive stroke. And I believe in my heart of hearts, when she woke up, she realized. And she started to shut down. Thank God she woke up and she saw everybody and talked to everybody. But we lost her 10 days after that. And sometimes people, I don't know that I would put my mom in this category, but some people just can't fight. And they are physically, emotionally, and psychologically spent. And depending on how long they've been fighting their own physical battles, sometimes people just can't survive it. And the emotional influence that our body feels is amazing, because our brain our brain has this amazing control system over everything. And when you just cannot take another step, it is no wonder that so many people just check out. Especially if it's been a long, long physical battle. I've been doing this for over a year, and I can tell you, I'm so over it. Thank God for me, I have an amazing support system in my care, my family, my husband, my boys. Not everybody has that. And I know that it's the reason that I'm getting better, because all of that helps my emotional well-being. And when my emotional well-being is good, then it helps me get my physical well-being better. They have to work hand in hand. When they don't, these are the things that we see. It says here, unmanaged or intense emotions contribute to mental health disorders such as anxiety, depression, mood disorders. Conversely, mental health conditions can also influence the experience and expression of emotions. So just think about this for a second. Here's a great example. When you're really depressed, is there anything that you can tangibly say in that moment that you look forward to or you're excited about when you are, depressed? And 9 times out of 10, when you're depressed, you don't feel well, right? Something's going on to cause the depression. But then on the flip side of that, when you feel great and you're energetic and your emotions are rocking and rolling, you feel like you can do anything, that's because your emotions are telling your physical body, let's go. Let's get this done. Let's get out there and hit a grand slam today. It's so entwined. You got to make sure these two systems are working concurrently with each other. Healthy, stable, and with sometimes the necessity of help whether it be your surgeon, your family, a counselor, a friend, your church, your children, whoever. We can't all do it alone sometimes. And sometimes when we have these crises in our life, these physical crises, our emotional and our psychological well-being ends up in crisis too. It's so important to pay attention to the warning signs. So important on both sides, the physical side and the emotional side. Because when they don't work together is when you can find yourself in serious trouble. So I hope you take this today, and if you see someone that is in crisis on either side or both, please take the time to reach out to them and just very gently encourage them to seek help, whether that be from their surgeon or those people that we just talked about. Because sometimes we just can't do it on our own, and there's nothing wrong with coming to that realization. Life is tough in general when all things are working, but when you're struggling physically and emotionally, it becomes even harder every day to get up, get done what you need, and just live. It is a hard time. The world is hard. It takes a lot of effort. And it's okay to say sometimes, you're right. Thanks for letting me know. I wasn't seeing that. You're right. Maybe I do need to go call my surgeon back, or maybe I do need to go talk to my pastor or my ladies group at church, or go out with the girls one night and just have a good chat. Don't take for granted the simplest things that can help you get your emotional well-being back on the right track. It is the one thing that we really can cognitively control if we can recognize when it's off. And sometimes even the most astute people don't realize that they're struggling. That's why it's important to have good support. Please share this with somebody or anybody that you know that may be dealing with one or both of these issues. And always remember, your mental and your physical health, they're both just as important as each other, and they need to be working together so you can be the best that you can be for you, your family, your career, and your future. They have to work together. When they do, anything is possible. When they don't, that's when you need to reach out and get some help. God bless you on this Thursday as we head into Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're very safe. It is a very dangerous holiday generally. A lot of people travel, so please be careful, be safe, know your surroundings, let your families know where you are. Always make sure that you're keeping in touch in the event that there's an emergency, and have a wonderful long weekend. And most importantly, let's stop and remember what Memorial Day is all about. All these men and women that gave so much so you and I can live free, that we can have this amazing American dream. If you don't live in the United States, we are celebrating Memorial Day. And take a few minutes and remember all of those brave men and women that died so we can live free, happy, the way we want, without interference. God bless you. Have a great weekend. If you're not in the United States, I hope wherever you are and whatever you're celebrating is a wonderful time too. This is Kerrie from Conversations at Kerrie's Korner, where we're just all about bringing these things to the table. Let's talk about them. Let's share them. And let's try to bridge this gap that we have that's dividing us right now. Let's get back to the table and talk to each other with dignity, honor, and respect, and listen to each other. Because when we do that, we can fix anything if we learn to talk to each other again. God bless you. We'll see you the next time. This is Kerrie from Conversations at Kerrie's Korner. Have a great day.